Hi guys, how are you doing today? Welcome back to my channel, Cooking Made Easy with Chef Cuckoo. Of course, cooking doesn't have to be so complicated, especially if you're going to be following through the recipes that I'll be sharing on this channel. You realize that you can make the most of the ingredients that you have in the house to create incredible dishes. Today, I'm doing yet another edition of a leftover makeover, which is going to be a beef curry and vegetable pie. But before I start, I just want to say thumbs up to all those that have already subscribed to my channel. Keep sharing, keep liking, and keep encouraging your friends to like and follow my channel, as you're going to be learning a lot of fun, interesting recipes that I'll be sharing every week. So our ingredients for today, we're going to use about 2 tablespoons of cooking oil, some vegetable mixed spice, a beaten egg, but we're obviously not using all of it, chopped onion, about 500 grams of puff pastry ready made, the star ingredient, which is the leftover beef curry, and lastly some mixed vegetables. Now let's get started. In a preheated pot, you're going to add your cooking oil until it's also heated up, and then next up you're going to put your finely chopped onions and fry them until they're nicely translucent. Translucent simply means that they've got a nice transparent color to them. Next up, we're going to add those beautiful vegetables into the pot. I'm just loving those vibrant colors. You can use any vegetables of your choice. This just makes the whole dish much more nutritious. And just make sure you don't overcook them whilst on the stove, because we're still going to put the rest of the dish in the oven. We obviously now have to add our spice. Just make sure your hands are clean if you're going to use them bare while sprinkling the vegetable mix spice. Okay, on to my favorite part of combining the whole dish. I'm going to add the beef curry into the vegetable mix. Honestly, this just looks so divine. Look at that rich, creamy beef curry. You just want to try and gently toss it around the pot, ensuring that you're not crushing the vegetables, because you don't want them to be disintegrated when you're now digging into the pie. Okay, now let's start working with our puff pastry. Like I indicated earlier, you've got to use it at room temperature. So in case it was frozen in the freezer, you can just simply leave it on the kitchen counter for a few hours until it comes down to room temperature, and then it will be nice and palatable to work with. Line your pie dish, ensuring that all the corners and the edges of the pie dish are completely covered, and then you're going to put your pie filling. In this case, we are using our beef and vegetable curry mix that we have just done recently. And then make sure you're covering all the parts of the pie dish. Your filling shouldn't be too hot. It can only be warm or maybe at room temperature, as this can affect the texture of your pie at the end. Look at that. It's just so nice and yummy. All the colors are nice and vibrant in there. You're going to take another layer of the puff pastry and then cover the top of the filling. Nicely seal the edges so that when it's baking in the oven, nothing will ooze out. You just want to make sure it's completely secured. So this you can do with your hands, just to secure everything, locking up everything into the pie. Then quickly get your sharp knife and cut the edges. These offcuts, you don't have to throw them away. You can use them to decorate your pie if you're going to go all out and make some fancy decorations. You also need to give it a nice appearance by decorating it. I'm using the crimping method, where I'm just using my fingers, but there are tools you can also use to create a nice pattern. Use a sharp knife to score the puff pastry so that if there's any air that's trapped inside, it can have room to escape. This will also be like a nice design that you've created for your pie. When you serve it, it's got a nice visual appearance at the end. To give it a nice shiny surface, you then now have to brush it with egg wash. Do it generously, ensuring that all the parts of the pie are completely covered with the egg wash, as this will give a nice visual appearance when the pie is cooked through. 20 minutes later, look at what we've got. The pie has been baking in the oven at 180 degrees Celsius, and this is what we've got. Nicely golden puffed up beef and vegetable curry pie. I've decided to serve it with some tender stem broccoli and a mashed potato. This is quite a hearty, warming meal you can enjoy on a chilly day. If you have enjoyed this video, please hit the like button, share with your friends. Till we meet next time, it's a goodbye for me.